Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. We are here with Dr. Ronald Wilhelm. He is an astronomer with the Department of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Kentucky. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad to be here.
Well, and of course, the big talk right now is about the total eclipse that's going to be happening, partial eclipse, but the eclipse that's going to be happening on Monday. So tell us, let's talk about, first of all, what is an eclipse?
So an eclipse is, especially a solar eclipse, there's two types of eclipses, a solar and a lunar. But a solar eclipse is when the moon moves in front of the sun. So it blocks part of the sunlight from reaching us.
Okay.
So you're actually, when you see it happen, you're actually watching the moon orbit the Earth.
Cool.
So
awesome,
if you think about it, every day the sun comes up and it sets.
Right.
And that's because, and the moon does the same thing, the stars do the same, but that's because the Earth is spinning. But here you're actually watching the moon as it moves in its orbit. So it's pretty neat.
It is.
Now, I'm so excited about this, and Troy always tells me I have to keep it calm on the show, so I can't get too wild about it. But will you kind of explain to me the difference between the partial eclipse and the total eclipse? Because we're going to experience a little bit of both of those, is that right? Or is
well, what we'll experience here in Lexington is a partial eclipse.
Okay.
So at about 1 o'clock, the moon will begin to move across the sun. And at about 2:30, it'll have maximum coverage. But because it's just a little misaligned, it won't completely block out the sun.
Okay.
So 95% of the sun will be blocked. And then after 2:30, it'll continue to move on. And by 4 o'clock, it won't be blocking the sun anymore.
Okay.
So that's a partial eclipse. The total eclipse is when the same thing happens, but now it completely blocks the sun.
Okay.
And it's a difference between night and day.
Where are some of the prime places for the total eclipse?
So around Hopkinsville in western Kentucky. If you follow the line down, it goes through Nashville, Tennessee, and it goes south of Knoxville. So there's a path that it follows. And I would suggest that if people can, going to totality is just amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because you see the sun blotted out from the sky.
Now, before we were talking about how many people are probably going to be headed to that area. You said maybe like 500,000 people.
Well, officially they're kind of saying 100,000 will be showing up at Hopkinsville.
Wow.
But I've seen estimates, because they're estimating what might happen, just due to the internet and everybody reading this, that it might actually be 500,000.
Wow.
This looks beautiful,
It
this
really
picture
does.
we have up here. Now, it can also be a little bit dangerous, though. Everybody's talking about the special glasses you need. Can you talk a little bit about those?
He just happens to have a pair with him.
Okay, look at him. Styling and profiling. Hold on. Let me put these bad boys on. Oh, yes. Now, I can't see anything. Is that normal? Is that right?
That's a good thing, then,
Here,
right?
listen.
The sun you
I
can
feel
see.
like these are like the new hot thing. And
Oh, yeah.
oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Watch out.
Look out, Gucci.
Looks good.
Look at that.
While the husband's away, well, I don't know what'll happen with those glasses, actually. But why do we need these?
So, it's a little bit of a myth. I remember my mom telling me when I was a kid that don't look, whatever you do, don't look at the sun during a partial eclipse. And she thought that what happened was it gets amplified somehow, and it's just going to burn your eyeball out, right? In reality, what happens is we're very used to looking at a really bright sun, and if you happen to look up at the sun, you just look away because it's very uncomfortable. But during a partial eclipse like this, you look up and it's not as uncomfortable, which fools you. So you might look, and if you look a few times, all of a sudden you're doing real damage to your eye.
And you're staying on it too long then.
Yeah, that's a problem, and you're not conscious of the fact that you're wrecking your eyes.
Well, especially because it's going on for so long.
Exactly.
That's right. I mean, you just can't look at it. So that's and especially if you have children, because a lot of people want to take their kids out.
Right.
All the schools are closed in Kentucky.
You got to be sure that they don't, look up at the sun. I mean,
Now,
it's just a bad idea.
there's going to be a lot of people going to see, going to Hopkinsville and going to all these places. What tips do you have for these folks that are going to be traveling? Because there's going to be a lot of people.
They definitely need to go early, and they need to plot their path, and they need to, because there's so many people, you should take water and some food along with you, I think.
Awesome.
Well, stay tuned. We'll take a